All right, springtime's coming. So if you plan on buying a boat or checking out a boat, you're gonna wanna stick around. I'm gonna show you how to do a compression test on your own. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Jacked Up Fishing. Well, today I'm going to show you how to do a compression test on your outboard engine. This applies to anybody going and buying a boat, just checking your boat out, make sure it's okay. It's a good knowledge to have. The tools for it are very, very cheap, and it doesn't take much know-how to do. So first things first, I'm going to show you what tools you're going to need. A socket, either a 5/8 or a 13/16 socket, depending on what engine or spark plugs you have, and a ratchet. You might need extensions, you might need you know, bendable extensions, whatever. You're gonna need these two size sockets, but whatever engine you have, for this application we don't need any of that. You're also gonna need a compression test tool. You could buy these at Harbor Freight, $30, Amazon, but the main thing is buying one that's accurate. I have bought some before in the past, Harbor Freight, it didn't work correctly, gave me some wrong readings. So this is a big deal. Make sure you buy a decent one that's reliable. All right, let's get started. So first thing, today we're going to work on a 70 Yamaha. It's a 2005 model 2-stroke, and it's pretty easy. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to take off this cowling. All right, we got the cowling off now. As you can see, here's the spark plugs. That's what we're going to be working with, these 3 spark plugs. The first thing you do before you even attempt to do this is to undo the kill switch. So you want to pull the kill switch. That way you get no spark. There's no spark that happens during this test. You want to make sure you don't have any spark happening when you pull these plugs. It could potentially start a fire or whatnot. You want to be safe. All right, next thing you're going to do is pull all 3 of these. Now, if it's not like this, nice and easy, where you see all 3 of them in a row, they're coming from different areas, make a mark on them to know which ones go to where. That way you don't potentially hook up the wrong spark plug to the wrong wire. I've done it before, so that's why I say it. So we're going to pull these spark plugs here. It's real easy. They shouldn't be crazy tight or anything. Oh, it's kind of tight there. It needs a new one. While you have your spark plugs out, inspect them. Order new ones if you see that they need replacing. Like that bottom one did need some replacing, that's for sure. I usually just take a picture of what's in there and order the same exact ones. All right, next you're gonna take the appropriate size. This one has a few different sizes on one, but the appropriate size thread. It also has adapters for different engines and stuff like that. Find the appropriate size that fits your engine and screw it in. This is after we pulled all the spark plugs. I also cleaned everything. So you want to screw it in, make sure it does not cross thread. Hand tighten it, just like that. Then you're going to take it and plug it in. You pull it back, it's just a pressure gauge, just like that. And then we're going to turn it over. All right, 118. So you're gonna release the pressure. We're gonna do it one more time. Yeah. Got 120 that time, right at 120, 119. Release the pressure, go to the next one. Now we're doing the second one. I just screwed it into the second cylinder here, and we're gonna turn it over, see what we get. right at 119. It's perfect. I'm gonna release the pressure and do it again just to make sure they're both consistent. Perfect. All right, gonna go to number 3 now. And it's pretty quick. It only should take you about 15-20 minutes. If you're buying a boat and the seller will let you do this, you should do it. Definitely. Make sure it's easy enough to where you can get to the spark plugs though. That's the big thing. If you can't get to the spark plugs, don't even try it. Some of these newer 4-strokes are a little tougher. All right. Go ahead. Number 3, we're gonna turn it over. Looks like about 115. Go ahead again. That one's about 118, 117. Perfect. The results of this have to be within plus or minus 10% of each other. That's the unwritten rule. If you have one that's if all your cylinders are reading 118 and this one reads 100, you better start looking at it. Usually it's the bottom cylinder that gives you trouble. For some reason, it just does. So make sure you always check the bottom cylinder. Main thing is 10%. Sometimes you can get away with 15%, plus or minus 15% on each cylinder. But the main thing is being as close together as possible. All right, so I'm gonna put this thing back together and wrap this up. So I'm gonna put the 3 spark plugs back in it. I'm also gonna order a new set of spark plugs. Since they're so easy to put in, why not? This is my brother-in-law's boat. I'm just doing a little tune-up for him letting me use it. So I'm gonna do that and a couple other little things with filters and let him know I appreciate him using the boat. All right, so I'm gonna take my socket. Do not over tighten them. Always start your spark plugs by hand. When you tighten them down, do not over tighten them. Just tighten them just to snug them up really good. Don't gotta put too much to it. That's how you break them. All right, spark plugs nice and securely on. So there you have it. Compression test, easy. Make sure they're all within 10-15% of each other. That's the most important thing about a compression test. If you have one lower, don't buy the boat, have a professional look at it. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. Up to past 750 subscribers already. I appreciate every one of y'all for subscribing. That's pretty awesome. I never thought I'd get to 750, let alone 1,000. That's what my goal is. It's only been about 6 to 7 months videos, and I'm coming up on 50 videos soon, which is pretty cool. All right, well, that's all I got for you. See you Saturday. Great fishing video on Saturday, and I'll be in Jacksonville, Mayport this weekend fishing for trout and inshore fish. All right, jacked up out.